Welcome back to Rock Fame Diaries. Today, we're diving deep into the legendary rock band Aerosmith, a name synonymous with electrifying performances, iconic hits, and a journey riddled with challenges. But, as with many rock legends, Aerosmith faced the trials of addiction, personal conflicts, and industry shifts. Yet, through it all, the band managed to reinvent themselves time and again, especially in the 1980s and 1990s, proving their resilience and ability to stay relevant. In this video, we'll explore the band's darkest moments, their comeback story, and how they solidified their legacy over the decades. Don't forget to subscribe if you love rock history and want more deep dives into the greatest bands of all time. Let's get started. The early days of Aerosmith. A quick recap. Before we dive into the struggles, it's important to set the stage by looking at Aerosmith's rise in the 1970s. Formed in 1970, the band consisted of Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, Tom Hamilton, Joey Kramer, and Brad Whitford. They quickly gained fame with their unique blend of blues rock, hard rock, and their larger-than-life stage presence. With albums like Toys in the Attic, 1975, and Rocks, 1976, Aerosmith solidified their status as one of America's premier rock bands. Hit songs like Dream On, Sweet Emotion, and Walk This Way became anthems, and their concerts were packed with energy and fans. But behind the scenes, trouble was brewing. The downward spiral, addiction, and internal conflicts. As Aerosmith's fame skyrocketed, so did their indulgences. The rock-and-roll lifestyle of the 70s came with heavy partying, and drugs were a central part of that. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, famously dubbed the Toxic Twins, were at the forefront of this lifestyle. Cocaine and heroin use became rampant within the band, leading to erratic behavior, tension, and poor decision-making. By the late 1970s, addiction had started to take its toll. The band members were not just struggling with substance abuse, they were struggling with each other. Tensions between Steven Tyler and Joe Perry were especially high, leading to creative clashes and personal fallouts. In 1979, Perry left the band after a heated altercation, and shortly after, guitarist Brad Whitford followed suit in 1981. The band's albums during this period, such as Night in the Ruts, 1979, and Rock in a Hard Place, 1982, were lackluster in comparison to their earlier work. The absence of Perry and Whitford was felt deeply, and Aerosmith's popularity began to fade. Their live performances became inconsistent, and it seemed like the band was on the verge of collapse. Hitting rock bottom, the early 1980s were a dark period for Aerosmith. Steven Tyler's drug use escalated, and the band's reputation plummeted. The members were barely speaking to each other, and their music was no longer resonating with audiences. At one point, Tyler collapsed on stage due to drug-related issues, symbolizing how far the band had fallen. Record sales were dismal, and Aerosmith was at its lowest point both creatively and personally. The rock world had largely moved on, and it seemed like Aerosmith was destined to be another casualty of the excesses of the 70s rock scene. But what happened next would change everything. The first comeback, the reunion in Done with Mirrors, 1985. In 1984, something unexpected happened. Joe Perry and Brad Whitford rejoined Aerosmith. The band had realized that, despite their internal conflicts, they were at their best when they were together. The reunion was a spark of hope, and with their original lineup intact, the band released Done with Mirrors in 1985. While Done with Mirrors wasn't a commercial smash, it was a sign that Aerosmith was back. The album marked the beginning of their return to the rock scene, but more importantly, it marked the beginning of their sobriety journey. After years of addiction, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, along with the rest of the band, started to take steps toward recovery. The process wasn't easy. Tyler, in particular, struggled with his demons, but with the help of intervention from management and bandmates, he entered rehab. This moment was pivotal not just for Aerosmith's music, but for their survival as a band. The big comeback, Permanent Vacation, 1987. In 1987, Aerosmith made their true comeback with the release of Permanent Vacation. This album was a commercial and critical success, fueled by hits like Dude, Looks Like a Lady, Angel, and ragdoll. The band's sound had evolved, incorporating more pop and mainstream rock elements, but their edge remained intact. Permanent Vacation marked the beginning of Aerosmith's collaboration with outside songwriters, a move that was controversial at the time but proved to be instrumental in their resurgence. Working with songwriter Desmond Child helped craft radio-friendly hits while maintaining Aerosmith's signature style. The music videos for these hits also played a huge role in their comeback. MTV was in its heyday, and Aerosmith's flamboyant style and Steven Tyler's larger-than-life presence were perfect for the visual medium. Suddenly, the band was everywhere, and a new generation of fans was discovering Aerosmith. Sobriety was a key part of this resurgence. Tyler and Perry, now clean, were able to focus on their music, and the band's newfound discipline helped them produce some of the best work of their career. Reclaiming their throne. Pump, 1989. If Permanent Vacation was the comeback, then Pump was the coronation. Released in 1989, Pump was a massive success, both commercially and critically. The album spawned hit after hit, including Love in an Elevator, Janie's Got a Gun, and What It Takes. Pump was a harder, more mature album than Permanent Vacation, showing that Aerosmith had not only survived their personal struggles but had emerged stronger. Janie's Got a Gun addressed serious social issues, a departure from the band's usual party themes, and the band's musicianship was sharper than ever. The 1980s had begun with Aerosmith as a fading relic of the 70s, but by the end of the decade, they were one of the biggest rock bands in the world once again. The 90s, reinvention with Get a Grip and staying relevant. The 1990s were a challenging time for many rock bands. The rise of grunge and alternative rock threatened to push classic rock bands like Aerosmith into obscurity. But instead of fading away, Aerosmith adapted. In 1993, they released Get a Grip, their most successful album to date. It featured hits like Cryin', Crazy, and Livin' on the Edge, and was a global sensation. The band's embrace of the power ballad, combined with their high-energy rock anthems, kept them relevant in a changing music landscape. The music videos for Cryin' and Crazy, featuring Alicia Silverstone and Liv Tyler, became iconic, further cementing Aerosmith's place in 90s pop culture. Once again, MTV played a crucial role in keeping the band in the public eye. Aerosmith's ability to evolve their sound, collaborate with younger artists, and embrace new trends helped them stay at the top. While many of their contemporaries struggled to adapt, Aerosmith thrived, proving that their talent and creativity transcended any one era. Personal recovery and triumphs. Behind the scenes, Aerosmith's recovery journey was still ongoing. The 90s were a decade of sobriety for the band, with Steven Tyler and Joe Perry leading the charge. Their ability to overcome their addictions was a key factor in their long-term success. They were now able to focus fully on their music, touring, and connecting with their fans without the haze of drugs clouding their creativity. This period also saw Aerosmith solidify their legacy as rock icons. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001, a testament to their influence and staying power, legacy, and impact. As we reflect on Aerosmith's journey, it's clear that their story is one of resilience. They faced some of the darkest challenges a band can face: addiction, internal conflict, and industry changes. But they came out the other side stronger. Their comebacks in the 80s and 90s weren't just about reclaiming commercial success. They were about personal redemption and proving that rock and roll can evolve while staying true to its roots. Aerosmith's legacy is not just about their music. It's about their ability to adapt, survive, and thrive in an ever-changing industry. They've influenced countless artists and remain a vital part of rock history. Thanks for joining us today on Rock Fame Diaries. Aerosmith's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, and their journey from the brink of collapse to rock legends is truly inspiring. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on rock legends and their incredible stories. Let us know in the comments which band you want us to cover next. See you in the next video. God bless.